Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers and thank you for being here. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, your support, feedback, and comment. They're brilliant. You guys are brilliant. Keep them coming. And thank you to my regular clients as well for being so consistent in your updates on how our readings continue to play out in your lives, because I do enjoy hearing that. And just a general thank you to everyone who keeps me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's an honor and a pleasure always to read for you. And if any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the little about or description button on my channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and my email address. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I do a wide variety of readings: love and romance, compatibility chartings, career, work, and finance, year overviews, channeled messages, gift readings, and so on. So if you're interested, email me and we'll go from there. Turnaround time for personal readings is anywhere from a few days to upwards of 2 weeks. But since I do readings full-time, 6 days a week, I'm usually able to get back with you quite quickly and almost always set up a reading within a 2-week period of time. You can also find me on PayPal through my email address, for any of you who feel so inclined to donate in support of my channel. And thank you very much for those of you who have and continue to donate. It is graciously and gratefully accepted. So moving right into this reading will be for Capricorn, the earth sign of Capricorn. It is a general reading, so make sure to check your rising and your moon signs as well for additional clarification, or you may find that one of your other signs may play out a little more predictively for you if your primary sun sign doesn't resonate so much. Because it's a general reading, there's many of you watching, so of course it's not going to mean the same thing for the same degree for, you know, everyone who's watching it. So try to check your rising and your moon sign videos if you know them and if you can. Okay, enough of that. Let's move right into this reading. Capricorn, the earth sign of Capricorn for July 2017. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Show me Capricorn, July 2017. What does the beautiful sunny month of July have in store for our Capricorns? Okay, Capricorn. We begin with the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Wands. We have the World, followed by the Hierophant. The Seven of Wands, followed by the Queen of Pentacles. And towards the end of the month, we have the Three of Cups, followed by the Two of Cups. Wow! What a wonderful way to end the month, Capricorn. And from the bottom of the deck for overall energy and guidance, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, let me take a look at this, Capricorn. So Capricorn, it looks like you start the month pretty busy, almost too busy. I'm actually looking over the rest of the cards, getting kind of the feeling that you're busy, rushing around, kind of, you know, doing a lot of things, maybe being successful with it as well, but feeling kind of stuck in what you're doing, stuck in terms of maybe wanting to change it or get out of it, but feeling like you might be locked into it somehow and wanting to change it is kind of what I'm hearing. We start the month with the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Wands. So Pentacles is earth energy, and in the tarot, the suit of Pentacles typically manifests and represents things in the tangible earthly world we live in, things like money, finance, resources, property, assets, things we can see and touch and feel, or tangible results of the efforts we put into things. You can apply that same energy to, you know, relationships and spirituality as well. The Two of Pentacles is a card of juggling, maybe being quite busy, juggling a lot of things. It can also represent a achieving success through maybe somewhat unorthodox measures, being very focused and intent, keeping a lot of things in the air and doing it pretty successfully, at least from the outside looking in. Looks like you're keeping things up pretty well. It's paired with the Knight of Wands, which is fire energy. That's the element which governs this suit. So it's a very dynamic, action-oriented suit. It's all about change, movement, action, power, creating and manifesting. So it's a very forward-moving suit, very fluid, dynamic. Knights are the deliverers, the bringers of the tarot. They often represent offers or opportunities. They also represent the speed at which situation moves. And this Knight, out of all four of the Knights, is the fastest because he's governed by Wands, spontaneous, impulsive energy. It could be, for some of you, it could be that an offer or opportunity is coming in very fast, or there's a short window of opportunity in which you have to grab it. Some of you may be rushing around kind of dealing with that. Maybe there's something that's appeared in front of you that you want, but that there's things that you need to do in order to kind of affect it or start it. So you're running around like crazy trying to put everything together. Some of you, you're just really busy. You've got your fingers in a lot of things, or there's a lot of responsibilities, things that you're doing. You're very busy, rushing around. Again, I feel like I'm getting this message that some of you are, whether I feel like it's job, work, career, project related, you're running around, or maybe it's just your life schedule in general. It's kind of like from the minute you get up to the minute you go to bed, you're just running around trying to take care of everything and keep everything balanced, keep all those balls in the air. Now, next to that, we have a rather different energy. We have the World and the Hierophant, two major arcana cards. So significant, profound energy here. This is around the second week or so of July, but as I always say, time being somewhat fluid because time is a human construct and it's interpreted a little differently in the divine realm. So roughly around the second week or so of July, the World and the Hierophant. Now, the World is a completion card. It's the last major arcana card in the tarot deck, and it's a card about kind of reaching a pinnacle of something, reaching kind of an end, a completion point, a milestone. The analogy I like to use for the World is it's like you've climbed a mountain, and you've climbed probably a variety of mountains in your life, but this one has been of particular significance. And it's about reaching kind of a completion point or a stopping point in something important in your life. And it could be something actually finishing or wrapping up in your life, and looking just over the path, looking at what it took to get you from where you started to where you are now, kind of acknowledging all the efforts, everything you put into something, everything that it turned out you were capable of, and what you might be capable of, looking forward into the future, what to do next. Now, it's combined with the Hierophant, which is a card of convention, tradition, walking the prescribed path, organized religion, to large corporations, businesses, institutions, going along. It could represent joining a group. Some of you may be considering joining a group or an organization of some kind, or even converting to another religion. But I'm getting this message for a lot of you. You've reached a point either in just your general life direction and life pattern. Some of you, it could be something specific, like you've reached a point in your work or your career path, or in a project or something you're involved in. And it feels like even though you're busy day to day doing everything, taking care of everything, it feels like a lot of you are reaching this point where you're wanting to kind of be done with it, but I almost feel the sense that you feel kind of locked in, like you don't know how to stop, or you don't know how to end it, or it's kind of like, maybe some of you have been working, you could retire, or you could do something else, but it feels like you're so entangled in so many things that you can't stop, or you don't know how to bring it to a close, or this completion level. Some of you may be wrapping up something, some major part of your life. It could be nearing retirement, or reaching a completion stage in a project, and that's one of the reasons why you're running around. You're trying to bring everything to a satisfactory close, pleasing everybody, trying to kind of get everything in order and make sure that everybody's happy. Some of you may be, again, retiring or graduating, maybe you've gotten somebody's just getting a degree is what I'm hearing. You're kind of nearing an end point. There's like a group of you that are nearing an end point of something, and you're just running around like crazy trying to get everything in order to get it ready for this to happen so that you can start on the next portion of your life. For another group of you Capricorns, this is just your day-to-day life. This is just everything that you're involved in, or maybe a specific thing you're involved in, and it feels like you want to bring it to a close, but you're not quite sure how to do that. You almost feel like you're locked into it. Okay, so moving on, we have the energy of the Seven of Swords, followed by the Queen of Pentacles. So for the majority of you, I'm reading this Queen of Pentacles. I'm feeling it as you, an earth sign, female or male, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Queens and Kings represent individuals who have reached the mastery of their suit. They've matured beyond the page and night energy, that immature and spontaneous energy, and they've reached the mastery of their suit. And this is the Queen of Pentacles. So if I were to describe her or him as an actual person, this would be the person who just like runs their life very efficiently. They're very much caretaking, very giving, very nurturing. They're the ones that people seek out in times of crisis because they're always there. Their house always looks good. They always look good. They work full-time, or maybe they take care of their home full-time. They make it look effortless. They volunteer twice a month at the local charity. They're always there for their friends and family when they need them. A very nurturing kind of caretaking sense about them too, but very good in navigating that day-to-day hands-on sort of thing and making it look very effortless. It's also about being rooted, stable, reaching a place in your life where you've got stability underneath you, a sense of continuity, being grounded. Now, it's crowned with the Seven of Swords. So here we have air energy, which is the element which governs the suit of swords. It's mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. So in the tarot, the suit of swords it kind of manifests in what goes on up in our heads. It's about our belief systems, our outlooks, our perspectives, our words, our ideas, and how we communicate those, and how our belief systems lead us to communicate. The Seven of Swords is actually a card that can speak of deception. It's sometimes referred to as the thief card. It can represent actual tangible theft, somebody stealing from you or you stealing from somebody else. It can represent secrecy, kind of being undercover. Not always a necessarily bad thing. I think for some of you, and it's multiple groups of Capricorns here, some of you, again, are involved in a project or work or career path or something where it feels like you're paddling constantly, treading water constantly just to keep your nose above water. You're trying to bring things to a close, but you're not quite sure how to do it. And some of you may be actually making plans of some kind to transition out of something, or making plans maybe to bring a certain portion of your life to a close, a job, career path, a project of some kind. For the time being, you're being secretive about it, or you're not talking about it, or you need to kind of that the Seven of Swords can represent too, kind of keeping your plans and stuff to yourself for a while. Some of you, some of you may be involved in something that's not quite altogether on the straight and narrow. Just be vigilant and careful about that if it is you. For some of you, this earth sign person can actually be another person in your sphere, another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. And if that's the case, for those of you for whom you have another earth sign in your sphere, sun, moon, or rising, be careful with them, because there is some kind of deception associated with them. It's almost as if this combination of two cards doesn't really blend in with the rest of them. So for some of you, this could be another person in your life that you need to be cautious about, particularly in revealing too much to them. For others of you, this is you're just being kind of undercover about your plans, or needing to maybe not talk so much about what you're planning, what you're doing, particularly if you're bringing something to a close that maybe you might get some flack from other people. However, at or towards the end of July 2017, Capricorn, we have a beautiful combination of cards. We have the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups. So Cups is water energy. That's the element which governs the suit of Cups. And in the tarot, this suit represents the emotional area of our life, our emotional landscape, feelings. And this is the area of our life which also includes relationships, all different kinds of relationships. The Three of Cups is a card about really enjoying the time you spend with people that you feel very connected with. Kind of like a sisterhood or brotherhood, kindred spirit kind of cards. Like this is your own special group of friends that have kind of seen you through a lot of hard times, vice versa. You can be very authentic with them and vice versa. It's a card. There's a strong social theme to this card. It looks like at the end of July, maybe transitioning into August, you're getting out, you're having a good time, you're hanging out with people. You may be just enjoying time with really good friends and perhaps a relationship partner, a soulmate, because that Three of Cups is accompanied by the Two of Cups, which is traditionally considered the soulmate or kindred spirit card. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic soulmate connection. This could be a best friend, you know, a sister, brotherhood kind of thing. It could be a best friend turning into lovers. But this is a connection, a karmic connection that goes beyond physical and chemical attraction. This is like a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. Somebody whom, after you've met them, you feel like you've known them for a long time. For some of you, this represents that you may be meeting your soulmate, this soulmate kindred spirit connection, while you're out with friends, while you're out having a good time, or through a friend. A mutual friend might introduce the two of you. So that may be happening for some of you Capricorns around the end of July or so. Some of you, you and your soulmate, kindred spirit, just maybe getting out, having a good time, being very social. However it relates to you, depending on which Capricorn you are, you end the month with just a lovely, beautiful, bright, social, having a good time with your mate, or perhaps finding your mate, finding your potential soulmate at the end of the month. So lovely, bright energy. The only thing that really kind of sticks out is that Seven of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. Again, for some of you, it's your being undercover about your plans, or needing to be maybe kind of keep those things to yourself for a while, particularly some kind of plans about wrapping something up or getting out of something. But for a smaller portion of you, this is about needing to be careful about an earth sign or someone like this Queen of Pentacles being kind of deceptive. And I feel like it's somebody that you know and that you actually trust or have some measure of trust with, whether it's a I don't really feel so much it's a romantic connection. Could be a friend, family member, maybe even a work colleague, but be careful because there's something not quite right there. Now, your overall energy and guidance from the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. This is a card of communication, communication going back and forth, lots of conversations, text, emails, maybe meeting. Just, it feels like for a lot of you, just kind of a busy month where there's a lot of things going on, both in your work life and in your social life as well, and just a lot of communication kind of revolving around that. And it's all positive, powerful, fast-moving communication. I get the sense that you have kind of a busy, fast-moving energy over the month of July, so it'll be interesting to get the feedback on what this is, particularly those of you that are bringing something to a close, maybe being kind of secretive about it for the time being. So Capricorn, that pretty much wraps up your July 2017 general reading. I hope you have enjoyed it, or that it's brought you a little bit of food for thought, a little bit of guidance, because that's hopefully why we do these readings. Forewarned is forearmed, as always. Thank you very much for watching it. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on that About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage and email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again within about a week or so for the July 2017 Love Snapshot, so keep your eye out for that. And until then, as always, Capricorn, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.